Support the Ramen Raider on Patreon. Thanks to all our patrons.
Alright, hey, this is Hans, and it's time for another episode of Instant Noodle Recipe Time, the show where I show you what to do with your instant noodles. Today we got one that goes in the microwave, though. It's an udon from Myojo, USA. This is a chicken flavor udon, and now they got them in these bowls, and that's pretty rad. So, how you doing? It's Friday for me, which means it's Friday maybe for you. I don't know, but it's a Friday. I was gonna go do a whole bunch of excessive walking and exercise style utility or activity, but I don't know, I just didn't. I have this habit lately of falling asleep. We're watching Star Trek Strange New Worlds, and that show's pretty darn good. We're enjoying that thoroughly. And okay. And yeah, we'll do what we do, and then I'll just like pass out. Mind you, last couple days that I've done that, I had walked like over 10 miles per day, so I guess I was kind of beat, but it just seemed, I don't know, I'd rather not be doing that. Especially when I fall asleep and I was just about ready to get up and go to bed, and then I fell asleep sitting up. Not great for the neck. But yeah, that show, Star Trek Strange New Worlds, I hate Discovery. I hated Star Trek Picard. I thought that was like really boring. Just couldn't get into either of those. I thought they were a little ridiculous. But even though it's a new one, Strange New Worlds at least makes it so I'm not like horribly annoyed. This is the chicken. Good. Everything is according to plan today. But yeah, instead I went to the store and got my my curry fixings. At least it's a comfy couch. I can attest to that. It's a comfortable couch. But yeah, I don't like sleeping on it. Really not my desired place to rest my head in the evening. But things happen, you know. So this stuff takes 3 minutes in the microwave, so that's what it's doing. Yeah. But yeah, I've been watching Star Trek since I was a wee lad. In fact, my sister was watching Star Trek reruns when I was born. I can't remember. She knows what episode it was of the original series. And I don't know. I've gone to Star Trek conventions. I've done a bit of that. Not like a crap load. I did dress up in a Star Trek uniform in my freshman year of high school. Looking back at that, I don't know. I made a little Star Trek zine back then as well. Didn't help with the getting picked on kind of thing, but I don't know. When you're that age, you're kind of like grokking for some kind of like uniqueness about yourself, and you're like that you're really into, and that was what I was really into at the time. And then I got rid of all my... I had some really cool Star Trek stuff. I had I had a baseball card. It was actually cards you would get in loaves of Rainbow brand bread. I'd never seen it, but I went to a convention, got a bunch of these cards. They were for Star Trek the Motion Picture, like the first Star Trek movie. And this was back when you could go to a Star Trek convention and just get something autographed. These days, it's like, I guess, first off, it's really expensive just to go to one. And then if you want something autographed, it has to be something that is allowed to be autographed. So you have to buy like one of their 8x10 glossies. You have to pay extra to get it autographed. And oftentimes you don't even get to actually meet the person who's autographing it. It's stupid. It's like it takes all the fun out of going to a Star Trek convention. Because when I got to see... I went to a convention and Uhura was there, Nichelle Nichols, and I got to meet her. I got to get that thing autographed. She sang some song from the show, and I was like just super enamored. I was like maybe 10 years old, and I was like, Miss Nichols, you sing beautifully. And she said, oh, ain't you sweet honey child. And then she signed my card, and then it was the next person's turn. It's a true story. I was called Honey Child by Uhura. That's pretty cool. I was really surprised because when I thought about it, it's like there was something on end credits on Strange New Worlds that she had died, and I was like, really? I thought she was still around. Oh. Yeah, she's dead. But I traded all my Star Trek stuff to a comic book shop and traded it all for an enormous fish tank full of D&D dice. Seriously. And do I have any of that? No. I used to wheel and deal everything. It was kind of my thing. Good udon. Broth has a lot of... Whoa. I hate it when that happens. Sometimes I push a button. I guess I didn't rest too well with my couch sleeping. But... Here, there's a lot of seaweed in this one. That's pretty good. Alright. I decided since it's Friday, I wanted to use up a bunch of things. And so... I did exactly that. I want to use this bowl because I want to use that bowl for that. So I got this bowl specifically for udon, and I think it's a good bowl for that because it's wide. It's kind of like a blue, and I like the weathered edge. The reason I found it at the thrift store, I think, is somebody's like, oh, it's all chipped and the edge isn't pretty anymore. It's like, I like that. I think that's pretty groovy. And I need to take the trash out. Okay. So we're going to add some chilken. The rest of which I'm going to make my wife's lunch with. Yeah. Literally, it's chicken I thawed out, and then I went ahead and fried it up in the skillet. Whoa! Some days, look at that. What a mess. Yuck. Mayonnaise and egg yolks. That's tasty, made out of practically the same thing. However, you don't really want to get it on your fingers. And it's the second time that's happened, and it's gotten on the side of the bowl, this particular bowl. So that's kind of weird. So what I am going to do is rub old Pete to pay Paul here. What else do I want to put in here? I've got some Narutomaki. Making udon look really nice in a bowl is something that I've always had trouble with. It's just difficult for me. I have a difficulty with that. Yeah. I got some mung bean sprout. Those are definitely the last day of these mung bean sprouts. And a little seed I think would do okay here. But yeah, if you're wondering, when I make my wife lunch, what I generally do is I take a tortilla, put a slice of ham, 2 slices of cheese on top of that, and then pickle, sliced pickle. Then I throw it in the air fryer, and then she has an enjoyable lunch crispy treat. So that's my recipe, and now you have it. Man, I just hurt my finger. So like my pot, it's got a little ring on the end of it, and my finger got caught in it, and it just like went snap on it. Not thrilled. That hurt. It hurt, and it still hurts. The next one came out of an Nakama Noodles box. Go to Myojo boxjapan.com. Use the coupon code TheRamenRaider for a discount. Support Ichiban with their Pokemon noodle. Hey, this is their Sendai spicy miso, and that's next. So you'll see that on the next episode of It's Noodle Recipe Time. It's been Hans, the Ramen Raider, which help telling you to get your cat or dog spayed and neutered, and enjoy your noodles each and every day. Have a good one. Bye bye.